Good morning. My name is Michael Wotorson, and I am the Director of Community Partnerships for the Alliance for Excellent Education. And I want to thank you and welcome all of you for joining us here this morning. And I want to be particularly thankful because I imagine a number of you probably had to skate on the way in. And so I thank you for braving the ice and arriving here on time. Before we get started, I want to take just a quick moment to, on behalf of the Campaign for High School Equity, express our particular thanks and appreciation to Senator Kennedy, not only for his outstanding and committed leadership on this issue, on the issues of high school reform and NCLB reform, but more importantly, want to express our thanks to the Senator and his staff for assisting us in a very instrumental way in terms of securing this space for us. So we're very, very grateful for that. So again, I want to thank all of you for attending. I want to take a brief moment just to acquaint you with the Campaign for High School Equity. There are materials in the folder that you have picked up at the resource table. But I just wanted to call your attention to a couple of things, and then we will move on with the rest of the program. The Campaign for High School Equity was compelled to come together primarily because of our concern over the pervasive inequities and disparities that continue to plague students of color in American public education. Our essential goal, therefore, has been to ensure that all students, particularly students of color, receive a quality high school education, thereby adequately preparing them for college, work, and life. This week we were reminded, yet again, perhaps in a rather stark way, that American students, when the 2006 Program for International Student Assessment results were released, we were reminded that at best American students are performing at levels that are somewhat lower than their international counterparts. And when we consider performance levels for students of color, we find that the levels are lower still, which suggests an overwhelming need for all Americans, policymakers, advocates, parents, community leaders, and everyone to strongly recommit themselves to ensuring that all students, and particularly students of color, receive the high-quality education they so richly deserve, so that, in fact, they graduate from high school on time with a regular diploma and fully prepared for college, work, and life. We are here today because we believe that students of color across the country should not have to wait for a better or for more help from Congress to ensure that they have access to a high-quality education. We are here because we believe that NCLB can and should be reauthorized in 2008, and it should include strong accountability, support for high schools, and additional resources to ensure that every child succeeds. Now, this morning I am joined by my colleagues in the Campaign for High School Equity, and as the morning goes on, my colleagues who will be seated in the front row will introduce themselves, particularly when we get to our question and answer session. But I now want to turn to our panelists for this morning who will be addressing the various topics that are laid out on your agenda. And I want to begin this morning with Mr. Wade Henderson, who is the President and CEO of the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights.